I don't like working on the foundation of my business. I don't like talking about my USP. I don't like doing a deep dive into my ideal client avatar. I don't like looking at my content pillars. That foundational stuff that is so insanely important and what we're working on in the messaging edit, I drag my heels like it's no one's business. But I also know that if it's not rock solid for you, that messaging foundation, everything else is gonna be really hard, especially selling. Welcome to the Creative Bodega, a podcast about content marketing, Instagram growth, and personal branding for female service-based solopreneurs who want to grow their business without letting it take over their lives. I'm your host, Em Connors, and each week I'll share actionable tips, expert advice, and unfiltered truths to help you create engaging content, connect authentically with your audience, and turn followers into loyal customers, all without the burnout. If you're ready to simplify your content creation, navigate the ever-changing trends, and build a business that works for you while staying sane in this crazy season of life, then you're in the right place. Welcome back, my friend, to the Creative Bodega podcast, where we keep content marketing simple and sustainable for female solopreneurs trying to grow their businesses without feeling overwhelmed and like they want to throw in the towel. Okay, that's what we're here for. Basically, it's what I'm here for. Today, I want to talk about something that I think a lot of you are dancing around online. And this has come to light during the Messaging Edit, my 5-week fall program that is 2 weeks in as I record this, but as you're listening to this, it's actually wrapping up. And that is your unique selling proposition. It's also known as your USP for short. I first learned about this term like 3 years ago. I'm not going to lie. It's total insider languagey to me. Like if I were going to talk about this on Instagram, which I will when I promote this episode, I will not say a headline like how to nail down your unique selling proposition, because people will be like, what in the world are you talking about? So I want to be super clear before you're like rolling your eyes and turning off this podcast. Don't worry. What we're talking about today is what makes you different and why people should give a you-know-what, basically. Because here's the thing. You're not just selling a service through your marketing. You're selling trust. You're selling connection. You're selling an experience. You're selling your whole vibe if you are a service-based solopreneur, which is who I cater to. It's what I am. It's the language I speak. And if you don't know what you bring to the table that's different from everyone else who does what you do, it's way too easy to blend in. It's way too easy to overthink your content. Or worse, just to start sounding like every other person who offers the same service that you do. So again, why are we talking about this now? Because I'm 2 weeks into the messaging at it, and I'm seeing a lot of the 20 women who signed up into this program with me struggle with their USP or their unique selling proposition, or just talking about themselves in general. But I'm asking them, and now I'm asking you, because I think this is really important to dig deep. I want you to give yourself credit where credit is due. I want you to talk about yourself in a positive light, even though that feels a little cringy, because I get it. I feel the same way. I want you to repeat back what others who you know or others you've worked with say about you, okay? Ask yourself, what do people always thank me for? What compliments do I hear again and again? What do people say is my, competitive advantage or secret sauce to making me stand out from others? So by the end of this episode, I'm going to make sure that you can confidently answer, why should someone hire you instead of another person who does what you do on Instagram? Okay. Because if you've ever felt like the market is too crowded, which my Lord, how many people have come to me and said, everything's been said, and there's just so many people who do what I do. Like, how do I stand out? Well, this is how you're going to stand out, through your unique selling proposition. And this episode is going to shift your whole perspective on what makes you honestly unforgettable. So Let me just tell you, I know the pressure of figuring this stuff out. This is the stuff that I actually hate. Like, I don't like working on the foundation of my business. As funny as that sounds, I don't like talking about my USP. I don't like doing a deep dive into my ideal client avatar. I don't like looking at my content pillars. That foundational stuff that is so insanely important and what we're working on in the messaging edit, I drag my heels like it's no one's business. But I also know that if it's not rock solid for you, that messaging foundation, everything else is going to be really hard, especially selling. So I remember when I was first starting out, I would literally Google how to stand out online, like spiraling into a rabbit hole of like branding exercises and mood boards and like so many vague phrases. Helping empower women to live their best lives. Like, okay, what does that even mean? Who are you helping? What is your definition of your best life? Because that's going to be different for each person. And listen, if your about me section sounds like it could be copy and pasted like 40 other times by 40 other experts who do what you do, and like no shade if that's you, that's a sign that you're not going deep enough. Okay. So today I'm going to walk you through what your USP really is. So again, USP, your unique selling proposition. Okay. It's a 4-part framework that I teach inside the messaging edit that I'm going to teach you today to help you uncover yours. And yes, I'm going to share my own so you can really see it in action and hopefully it'll click and make more sense. So step number 1, define your personal transformation. This is your I've been there moment. This is where I want you to ask yourself, what version of me is my audience currently living through? So for me, I was the overwhelmed solopreneur, second guessing every single post, spending way too much time in Canva, laying in bed at night, pissed at Instagram because I forgot to make a post because I had a 3-month-old and a 17-month-old, and I was like hanging on by a thread, wondering if I was even like cut out for marketing our then CrossFit gym business on Instagram. I didn't start out as a content coach, you guys. I was a CrossFit gym owner and a new mom, to be honest, to 2 very small kids. And I knew nutrition and I knew momming. That was really it. I didn't know Canva. I didn't know fonts. I didn't know how to show up. I didn't know how to be consistent. And my posts didn't do well at first. And every time I put a post out, my confidence would then tank because every time I opened Instagram, my posts weren't getting the traction that I wanted. But I learned through very messy action how to create content that actually connected with my audience. And when I figured that out, everything changed. So this first USP pillar is your lived experience. It's that empathy piece. It's that I see you. I've been where you are. It's the part where your audience feels seen. And you can't skip over this as a service-based solopreneur. If you've ever said, I know what it's like to, like that's gold. Don't skip that part. And that personal transformation is something that should be brought up pretty consistently in your content here or there and in your marketing. Okay. So number 2, share your credibility and the results you've gotten for people. So now that they know that you've been where they are, we also want you to show them where you are now and why they can trust you to help them, okay? So for me, my credibility and results, I've taught over 6,000 students through courses and coaching. I have now built a 7-figure business. I can now say that. I hit 7 figures a month ago. I can now say I've hit a 7-figure business in under 4 years. I am one of only 43 Canva verified experts in the entire world. That's insane. That's so incredible. And I need to pat myself on the back for that. I have helped hundreds, if not thousands of solopreneurs go from confused to confident online. And that is a feat in and of itself. And this is not me bragging. It's about backing up your brand with proof. You don't need these wild numbers. These are new for me. Like if you went back and you looked at my initial unique selling proposition, my credibility and my results were not these. I had to start somewhere though. So I had to dig deep and figure out what I could toot my own horn about. It had to be something tangible. There had to be wins. There had to be transformations. And even one client testimonial counts. And if you don't have clients yet, this is where you lean even more into your transformation. Okay. So ask yourself, what proof do I have that I'm good at what I do? And even if it's just your own results, again, that's valid. Okay. Step number 3, define your unique approach or superpower. So this is honestly my favorite part because this is where your energy, your personality, your teaching style all shine through because no one is going to have the same as you. I don't know about you, but there are people that I see on Instagram when their reels show up on my feed, their energy is so like electric and chaotic and they talk so fast, my heart starts racing. I don't want to personally learn from someone like that. I like an energy that is more grounded, more calm, more confident. I don't know. I can't explain it, but that type of energy is something people pick up on. And yours is going to be different from everyone who does what you do, right? So here's what I say in my messaging. I make branding and content creation simple, fun, and effective. No trendy hacks, no fake urgency, just clear, empowering strategies that help you show up consistently without spending hours on your phone or trying to be something that you're not, okay? And I do that all with high energy coaching, honest feedback, and a little dry humor. Basically, I'm like your marketing BFF who actually wants you to take off on the weekends. Like, I don't want you doing this. So this is where you answer the question, what's it like to work with you versus somebody else? And so many of my clients get stuck here because they think that everyone's doing the same thing, but no one's doing it your way. And that is literally your edge, your unique approach, your superpower. So think about your energy. What do you think it feels like for people, or what have people told you it feels like? Think about your personality. How are you different from people in your space that you're watching? Okay. And then think about your teaching style, because that is going to be incredibly unique as well compared to others. They may teach the same thing, but they're not going to teach it the way you do. And then number 4 is add your call out and transformation. So this is the part that ties everything together. It's your I help statement, but with like actual clarity. So here's mine. I help solopreneurs build unforgettable brands and create scroll stopping content that actually connects. So when it's time to sell, your audience is already sold on you. And that's what I mean by transformation. If you're ready to stop blending in and start showing up like the expert that you are, and finally build a brand that really feels true to you and irresistible to your ideal client, I'm your girl, right? And when you bring all these 4 pieces together, it is so powerful. You're not just describing what you do, you're giving people something they can actually feel. Right? So just to review this again, is your USP, your unique selling proposition. Number 1, you're defining your personal transformation. This is your I've been there moment. Step number 2, share your credibility and your results. Jot that stuff down. I know you've got them. You don't need wild numbers, but you do need something tangible. Number 3, define your unique approach or superpower. My favorite part, your energy, your personality, your teaching style. We want all of that to shine through. And number 4, your call out and transformation. So this is your I help statement. ChatGPT prompt, I got one for you. If you need help uncovering your USP, grab a notebook, screenshot. Well, you can screenshot it. I'll put it in the show notes. Help me uncover my unique selling proposition by asking me questions about my background, my strengths, and my client results. And again, this is something I teach inside the messaging edit, and you get a ton of handholding and feedback, but it's something I wanted to share with you as well here. So I want it to guide you. I want that ChatGPT. This is a back and forth conversation you're having with her. Treat it like a journaling prompt, a journaling tool, really. And you'll be surprised what clicks. when someone or something starts asking the right questions about how it can really get you there. So your USP isn't something you force out in 30 minutes in a Google Doc, okay? It's an evolving, living, breathing thing, just like your brand messaging in general. When I started, my messaging was all over the place. I thought I had to be the best. I knew other people knew more than I did. I knew there were people that I liked how they were showing up more than I was showing up. And I just had to keep putting in those messy reps and figure out who I wanted to be as a person on Instagram, right? As a business owner. I had to get specific. I had to start getting comfortable with naming the results that I could get for people. And I had to stop hiding behind what I do and really start owning how I did it. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to really step into and own how you show up. Pat yourself on the back for a minute. Have you ever heard the quote, if you could believe in Santa Claus for, 7 to 10 years of your life, you can believe in yourself for 5 minutes? Like, believe in yourself. You do have what it takes. Find a way to dig deep and talk about yourself in a positive light. You really should be able to do that. And you're still unsure what your edge is. You're not behind. You're just in the messy middle. And that's honestly where all the clarity lives. It's gonna shine through. So again, here's what I want you to do after turning off this episode. Jot down your personal I've been there story. Write out 3 proof points that back up your brand and your results. Describe what it feels like to work with you, your superpower, your special sauce, not super sauce. And then write 1 clear transformation statement starting with I help. DM me on Instagram, your rough draft. I'd love to give you feedback. I want to help you make this clearer, tighter, 100% you. And if you are a member inside the Coven, I am all yours. I want you to bring this to the table, bring it inside the community. We will workshop this with you because you are the reason that your business works. And the world doesn't need another generic person out there. It needs you and your brand and your vibe and your energy. Okay, my friend, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out with me inside the Creative Bodega podcast. Until next time, I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on the Creative Bodega podcast. If you love this episode, please be sure to share it with a fellow solopreneur who could use a little content creation inspiration. And hey, don't forget to check out the show notes for any resources I mentioned on the episode to help you create content that feels easy and actually gets you results. If you want even more Canva and content tips, head over to my website, thecreativebodega.com, or find me on Instagram under the same name. Until next time, keep creating, keep showing up, and most importantly, try and have a little fun with your content. I'll see you on the next episode.